How are we all doing? Got the winter woolies on today. Cold in the UK. Had to go with the a bit high, aren't I? Yeah. That better? Yeah. Had to go with the hoodie today because it's freezing in the UK. We've got negative numbers overnight. Not good. It's officially winter. How are you all doing? Morning, Neo, Ian, Peter, Kennelly, Tom, Andres, Hamza, Leshy's life. Morning, Baggy, Martin, AZ, Michael, Alex, Gregor, Virginia, Zico, Ladder, Jow, Ian. Nice haircut. Thank you. Had it done on Friday. I told you I was going to get my haircut on Friday, didn't I? And I said, I think on Friday, something about I'm going to get my haircut. And when I come back, I should be out of the S&P. And I was, with a nice little profit. A good day on Friday. Overall, in the end, 5% on Friday. Big day, 5 grand. Right. So, morning, Amy. Are there any teachers in here or ex-teachers? Just out of interest. Might need some advice. I'm struggling to teach some people things. I just wondered what teachers do when you get someone that is just not going to say thick, but someone who just doesn't matter how many ways you explain exactly the same thing, they just don't get it. Do teachers turn around and go, this isn't for you? Or do they really just carry on trying to help? And I've had some questions this weekend and again this morning in the Telegram group, and it's just like, I have to look at the question again and go, are you really asking that? And you just have to think some people are just, they should be working in McDonald's, and, you know, there's some jobs out there which just anybody can do, and that's where you should be. I don't want to be horrible, but some questions I get asked over and over again, I just don't get it. Anyway, morning, Lacron, Heffron, Daniel, JC. Equivalence. Find another example that relates to daily life. I've done that. This is I get that bit. I can explain the same concept in different ways. Some people get it in some ways. I got asked a question at the weekend about moving averages, and I've been there. I've been in it. I started this. I started from scratch. I opened a chart up and went, "What the hell's a candlestick?" At some point, but I got asked what a moving average was. How's it work? So I said, well, there's, you know, you take X number of days and you tot up all the prices and then you divide them and you get an average. And it's like, but surely the average changes every day. So how can you get one price that is the average? And I was like, well, obviously it changes every day. But if it changes, then the average must be different. And there's only so many ways you can explain the same thing before you have to go, nope. Can't help you. Sorry. Anyway, just finished the SIHEA video. Very clearly explained and really enjoyed it. Good. True. That guy needs a reality check. Oh, what, the guy in Telegram at the moment? Yeah. So somebody in the Telegram group just asked me for a link to the manual for the stock index hedge EA. And then literally 2 minutes later asked the question about an input. I was like, I just sent you the manual. If you can't be bothered to read the manual that I spent literally a day putting together, and the video I spent a day recording, editing, and putting together, if you can't be bothered to spend 1 minute on your education, you're not going to make it as a trader. This takes time. Anyway, horses for courses. Exactly. Yes. There's lots of things I can't do, and I totally admit it. I don't do them because I can't do them. I've identified I can't do them. Anyway, what's the time? Market's going to open in 5 minutes. Morning, Mac. That's why it's a moving average. I totally get it. And so do you. Try explaining it to someone who doesn't get it. And then, not only then, it's just, you know, the moving average, but then you've also got the other thing about the moving average. What type? Should it be a closer or a median? Should it be on the open? Not even going to go down there. You haven't got the concept of the moving average yet. Let's not go into details about the different types of moving average. Don't even get me started on a whole moving average because the equation's completely different. Anyway. Morning, everybody. I haven't said morning to. Let's get on with some stuff. Market's moving around quite a lot. I need to go through all my positions this morning. I've got loads of profit on the table, and I need to take some of it, and I just need to do that in a minute. Anyway, so this week, it's earnings fortnight as well. So time 4 minutes. So earnings fortnight kicks off today. No, it doesn't. Sorry, earnings fortnight kicks off tomorrow. With Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and Johnson. Today is a flat day. There is no earnings today. There was some earnings on Friday. There's nothing today, but tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, obviously, we start to get some of the big names reporting earnings, Netflix, Tesla, etc., etc. So going to be an awful lot of movement in the stock indices this week. A lot of volatility, a lot of over ADR moves. So just be aware and prepared for that. Yeah, when you think the market can't go any further, if there's been a massive earnings increase on Netflix, it will. So just bear that in mind. PMO and AMC is pre-market open and after-market close. Yeah, so just be aware of when these earnings are coming out. If you want to know about earnings, go and have a look on Interactive Investor. There. Next week is the big week. The last week of the month is when the largest volume of earnings come out. So next week it gets even more volatile. Yeah. So just be aware of that this week. News this week. We've got a gap on the DAX. Let's just quickly look at the DAX first before I do the news. We got a very small gap up on the DAX this morning. Not big at all. It has opened up, tried to fill. We hit that level there, and then we bounced away. So this may be done. But we'll see. It might come down and try and do the gap immediately and then disappear from there. But we're really close to yesterday's low on the DAX. So from a downside perspective, obviously yesterday's low is going to be a support area. We've got last week's low, which is the open from Monday. So the low of the open on Monday is last week's low. The low from the close of last week on Friday is very, very close as well. So this whole area here, basically, you're going to find limit orders in. So everybody that bought on Monday is going to want to defend those positions. Everybody that bought on for either got out on Friday is going to want to defend those positions, or bought on Friday is going to defend those positions as well. So good support area coming up. We've also got this area here out of this propulsion gap. So you can see we got this big propulsion move. We tested that once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. They bought it every single time we tested that level. That's within ADR as well. So there's 3 key levels to the downside today. Upside, as far as you want, basically. This entire downside move could literally anywhere up there. So tricky to the upside today. Got a couple of minutes to the open. So news this week. Today we've got Empire manufacturing this afternoon, which doesn't tend to do an awful lot. Overnight, the main news we've got is CPI for the New Zealand dollar. That's coming out overnight. So there'll be lots of movement on the Aussie and the New Zealand overnight. Internet's gone. We're back. Sorry, I think the internet dropped out then. I'm reconnected. Okay. Not quite sure where I got to, but I've covered Tuesday.